Hello class, welcome back to your online class. So we'll be taking up the same different topic, another topic from a same chapter, that is economic importance of bacteria and fungi. We have already discussed the economic importance of bacteria. Today we will be discussing the economic importance of fungi. From this chapter you just have to go through the useful economic role of bacteria and fungi. Okay, characteristics is not required. In case of while discussing about the fungi, the preparation of cheese or mushroom is not required. You just go through the role of fungi. Okay, so even though first let us understand the few characteristics of fungi. Okay, fungi, it's a eukaryote because they have a true nucleus, okay, within which the genetic material is present. They are heterotrophs, that means they do not have chlorophyll and they are dependent upon the others for the food. Okay, and bacteria, fungi, if we differentiate it from bacteria, the cell wall of the fungi is made up of chitin, whereas that of a bacteria was made up of peptidoglycan. Okay, and this fungi, they also undergo asexual reproduction by spore formation, and most of them respire aerobically, but you have yeast which respires anaerobically. Okay, anaerobically means in absence of oxygen. Because of this anaerobic respiration only, yeast plays a useful role in many industry. Okay, so first let us discuss about the useful role of fungi. The first about antibiotic. We have already discussed while discussing about bacteria that the first antibiotic that was discovered was penicillin from a fungus called Penicillium notatum, right? So this fungus have an important role in production of antibiotics. What is antibiotics and what are the good criteria for antibiotics is similar to that we have discussed in bacteria. Okay, so you go through the same video that I have sent you previously in regard to that topic. Now next, useful role of fungi in industry. We will be discussing about the different industry in which it plays an important role. First, in alcoholic beverage production, mainly in the production of the wine. We know that for the production of alcohol beverages, they usually use a fungus called yeast. Okay, within the yeast also they use a fungus yeast called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, it's a yeast, name of a yeast which they use for production of a wine or other alcoholic beverages. Now why are they using yeast for that? They are using yeast for that because this yeast, they undergo anaerobic respiration. Now what is anaerobic respiration? Anaerobic respiration means in the absence or in the less, in the absence, either the oxygen is present in a very less amount, in a sufficient amount, they undergo anaerobic respiration, right? So in case of anaerobic respiration, we have already discussed that the one of the byproduct is your ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol. That's why they are using yeast in the alcoholic beverage industry. Okay, because they undergo anaerobic respiration, and while the yeast undergo anaerobic respiration, they produce ethyl alcohol. Okay, so while making wine, they introduce this particular yeast called Saccharomyces cerevisiae into the for example, we are making a wine out of a grapes. Okay, they will introduce this yeast into the grapes. Okay, and this yeast utilizing the sugar, breaking down of the sugar present in the grapes, okay, they will produce alcohol. So the percentage of alcohol that is present is 12%. Okay, now this percentage of alcohol is lethal for the yeast. Okay, so they itself, this particular product itself will kill the yeast. Thus result remaining is you just have a alcohol. Okay, that's how they produce a wine. Okay, that's why they use wine or yeast also for production of the wine or any other alcoholic beverages. Okay, another is in baking. Yeast is also used for baking. For example, if your mom bakes cake at home, then you might have seen her using yeast to eat, right? Why is she using yeast? Because other than ethyl alcohol, the byproducts of anaerobic respiration is your carbon dioxide also. Okay, so what does it do is, if the yeast the starch, it will convert into a simpler sugar, okay, and this sugar is broken down in the absence of oxygen, that means they undergo anaerobic respiration, so it will be broken down and then carbon dioxide is produced. And this sugar, where is it present? In the wheat or they are using, right? So what will happen? While heating it, the carbon dioxide that was produced, we know that heat when you supply a heat, the air expands, so that will result into softening of a cake, or it will make your cake spongy, okay. Because of that also, for leavening the cake, for making the cake spongy, they use yeast, okay. Another is for production of the cheese, okay. We all love taking cheese, right? Cheese are of a great nutritional value also, okay, because they have calcium, phosphorus, many other minerals which are useful for making our teeth and bones strong, right? So for production of the cheese also they use yeast, okay. Now next is your mushroom. We all most love eating mushroom, right? Mushroom, it's a edible fungus, right? It's a fungus, a group of fungus only. So for mushroom are of different types. You all might have seen some of bottom mushroom, some of the mushrooms are cultivated in a straw, so you call it a straw mushroom, okay. So those are different types of mushrooms. So mushrooms are also for mushroom cultivation. Mushroom itself is a fungus, right? So for its cultivation in mushroom industry also your fungus is used, okay. So these are the different roles of the fungi in different sector, which you will just go through it briefly. They will generally ask you to write the useful role of fungi in certain sector, or why are they using yeast in wine industry or alcoholic beverage industry, or why are they using it in a baking industry, okay. They will just ask you the mechanism. A cultivation of the mushroom and manufacture of the cheese is not required according to your new syllabus, okay. It's not required. Now those were the useful role of fungi. Now obviously the fungus, there are certain fungus which are harmful also. For example, if you bring a fruit from a market, and orange, especially citrus fruit, if you bring it, after a few days will you see the bluish colors, velvety bluish color structure appearing on the fruit? That indicates that that particular fruit is not fit for you to eat, right? So those bluish velvety structure is your fungus, okay. Generally they are aspergillus or penicillium, okay. They grow on the fruits and makes the food unfit for it taking, okay. That means it results into spoilage of the food. Fungus results into spoilage of the food, okay, especially during the rainy season, or when the weather around is moist. Some of the people, you can see the appearance of the ringworm also, right? So those ringworm are also your fungal diseases, okay. So that's all about this chapter. You just have to go in very short about the role of the fungus in your everyday life in different sectors that we have discussed today, and some of the harmful role of fungi. That's all is required, okay. So that's all about today's class. So I'll follow it up the question and answer from your exercise.